What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be bringing you a brand new reaction video, something a little bit different on my channel today. I was in a stream the other day and we was talking about accents, and I was basically saying how in the UK there's so many different accents which I'll pick up on. I've got a different accent to people from the south or even people very close, and if you're from the US, because I was doing a US sport at the time, I would say it probably sounds identical accents for Britons, if that makes sense. Like, no matter where you are, you probably sound pretty identical, and vice versa. For me in the US, a lot of them sound the same. I don't exactly clone in, think, okay, well, you're that part of America. It's kind of like, it's an accent, you know what I mean? You just sound American to me, and again, we'll just sound British for you guys. So I'm interested to see this. 50 people showing their US states accents. So 50 states, 50 people. And let's see what the differences are, and then maybe we'll show a UK one at some point, because obviously UK is tiny and there's a lot of mad accents in there compared. So the US is huge. Be interested to see how different these accents are. I'm expecting them to be quite different. I don't know any off the top of my head. I may notice it as well. I may notice when I go through the video, go, okay, yeah, I have noticed that in the past, but not picked up as a different accent, just picked up as a different voice, if that makes sense. But we'll see. Let's get straight into the video, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that notification bell as well. I upload every day at 9 PM my American stuff, and then I normally upload a video either at 12 PM, this is GMT by the way, 12 PM maybe a second American one, or an Australian sport or something like that. So hit that notification bell for when I upload, guys. Smash that like button. Let's try and hit 50 likes on this video. And let's see what accents are where. I imagine it's going to tell me the places as well. Let's get straight into it, guys.
I never thought I had an accent, but everyone else told me I did, so I never really understood my accent. But we say soda pop, and that was weird, I guess. Okay, I've never heard anyone say soda pop before. Your soda is a fizzy drink, isn't it? Like, it's just fizzy drink for us, I believe. I believe that's right. So I've never heard of a soda pop. Let me know what one of them are. Or is he saying it literally is just a fizzy drink, soda pop? Like we sometimes call fizzy drinks pop. Maybe he's saying that, but he's completely right. When I moved very south of England a few years ago, apparently I had an accent. I didn't think I had an accent, but according to everyone down there, they could hardly understand me, and I completely get what he's saying there. 50 people from 50 states.
The great thing about Oklahoma is it's really this confluence of a whole bunch of different parts of the country. So the northern part of the state is really like the plains, so people kind of have that flat Iowa accent.
People always know I'm from the Midwest when I say bagel.
But if you get down south...
Yeah, I want to hear someone else say bagel, just to hear how they say it. I wonder if I'm saying it differently as well. Okay, this to me just seems like a normal American accent, if that makes sense so far. We'll see if it gets more crazy.
The Little Dixie portion, it has a much more of a southern drawl.
Elongating those vowels a little bit and saying y'all every sentence.
How y'all?
Oh, I have heard that before. I have heard y'all before.
Y'all doing today?
Y'all want to go to Waffle House? Come on over. We'll go to Waffle House.
It's just like real round in your mouth, and you're just like, hey y'all, how we doing tonight?
Yeah, you can definitely start to see the accents when you hear them straight after each other, because obviously I've only gone to New York. You're hearing that one accent all the time, and then you just listen to movies. You're rarely in a place when you're British, and vice versa when you're American, where you're hearing different accents from different parts of the country all in one. So when you hear it in this like confined space of just one after another, you can definitely tell the difference, like 100%.
Are you guys gonna go down to the game this weekend? I'm so excited. Like, Joshua's doing real great this year.
Everybody talks really slow, especially compared to New Yorkers.
Most New Yorkers are loud. You gotta fit your way into a conversation.
Yeah, well, that actually does sound like, I'm trying to think to when I was there, because it's the only place I've been in America, New York. That sounds spot on. I mean, he is from there, so that's why it'd be spot on. But I do recognise that more than like the Tennessee one, which is again more southern according to this. Yeah, completely different. Just like the UK really, just on a larger scale.
Conversation most oftentimes when you're in New York.
Vermont's accent is very unique, and it's hard to slip into unless you're talking to another person who like grew up farming. But the phrase that I can say in my accent is always, oh sure bud, oh sure.
People from California.
Look, I don't think there was too much of an accent on that one. Maybe it's more of a British twang on that. Let me know in the comments, guys.
California kind of have like, they say like.
Colorado doesn't really have a typical accent. Lots of people say that it has no accent, but you'll definitely get called out if you say Colorado. It's Colorado.
So I've been
to Colorado. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Again, it's a lot of places you will say it one way, and then people visiting your place will say it another. Because a lot of these accents as well is the way, how fast you speak. That's definitely a big thing. That definitely changes the accent up completely. A lot of different areas speak at different speeds, and some accents miss out words completely, just where you grow up. But a lot of these are quite similar as well. There's a few which I don't think have too many accents, but then you go to Tennessee and it's like the extreme, completely different.
Told from people in New York that my state has an accent. Some people go Chicago. I don't think we do.
There's parts that I can hear like a little bit of a twang and kind of sound like this.
Some people in New Mexico have accents, depending on what part of the state you're from. People in the South tend to sound a little bit more like they could be from Texas.
Really wide syllables, really kind of drawn out phrases.
It's a little
So the Texas one is pretty similar to Tennessee. Again, my geography is awful, guys. I don't know how, it's a bit slower, drawn out phrases, but I imagine I can see Texas saying y'all as well.
Sing-songy, like a little bit Valley Girl almost. I'm from New Mexico and I love eating burritos.
You wanna go skiing up on mountain?
Pass me those taters.
I don't know, I mean like there's cowboys. You know.
Oh, cowboys is definitely a big one. Is that in Arizona, is it then?
There's horses. I don't know, because I don't feel like I have an accent.
I bet that's a common theme. Wherever you grow up, because it's the accent of your state or wherever you are, everyone else is speaking the exact same. And you're just growing up day-to-day life chatting. And the only real time you get exposed to having an accent, I guess, is when you go to a foreign place or you go to another state in America, you're in a bar with everyone from that state, and you're struggling to understand them a little bit, and then you speak and everyone in the bar just turns and looks at you. That's when you know, you're like, oh, and maybe I don't sound like these. And then eventually, if you live there, you clone into that, and you can't even tell. It sounds exactly the same, at least for me. Again, I'm bringing it back when I moved. Apparently, I'm starting to sound more southern than northern, but even when I go back home, I sound more southern. But it's the case of you sound the same to you, so you just don't know what your accent is, and I completely get that.
I went home a couple of years ago and was watching home videos of my sister and I, and we had to like do a weather forecast as like little kids, and we'd be like, there's a big hurricane coming from the left coast, but don't worry because we don't know that it's coming.
That's definitely a big
like,
accent,
what are you
yeah.
saying?
I can put on
I can understand why some people would struggle with that accent.
You gotta park the car and hop the and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
Was that English? Wait, what?
I can put on you gotta park the car and hop the and give the guy.
You got to park the car. We're gonna try and figure this one out. We got to figure this one out. We'll have two more attempts.
What are you saying?
I can put on you gotta park the car and hop the and give the guy a quarter for some chowder.
You got to park the car in St. Coates and give someone a quarter for something. I honestly have no clue. And I imagine that's what potentially some people in England will sound to Americans. And I imagine quite a lot of people in America won't understand that. Like, the accents are mad. Like, they do have some mad accents. Fair play. There's nothing wrong with that one bit. I'm not taking a mick or anything. It's absolutely fair enough. It's where you grow up. And each to their own, and fair play. That is a mad accent.
That's a standard Boston accent right there.
That's a Boston accent, okay.
Would have an AH at the end.
It's kind of like Boston, but cooler and a bit more drunk. Like, we gotta go up to Bar Harbor to get some lobster supper.
My mom has this.
Okay, that was literally just a toned down, slower version of whatever was said before. I can completely see that. Now we are getting into quite the unique, in them zone accents where if you go out of it, some people will struggle to understand it.
It's kind of strange, half French Canadian, half Boston accent that sounds like peanut characters. Womp womp.
Well, if you're from North Dakota, you've got some long O's.
Oh yeah, you betcha.
You hang on to your R's a little too.
It gets a little bit thicker the older you are. Your grandma sounds a little bit like this. Your mom might be a little bit softer.
I'm from Wisconsin.
You know, they're completely different. Like the first ones, except from Tennessee, obviously that was quite different, saying y'all a lot as well. But we got quite a lot of, I suppose, ordinary, if that's a word, not really too much of a twang on the accent. And I was sitting there thinking, okay, it's just going to be a little bit different. Some of these places are completely different. Like, it's mental to think it's one country. I know it's absolutely huge and you expect it to be different throughout, but it's mental the change in some of these.
Go, pack, go. It kind of gets like up here. Go, pack. I say big.
Okay, a bit nasally.
In a big.
The best example of the Wyoming accent I feel like I've ever seen was in Brokeback Mountain. One curve in the road and they missed it.
So if you live in Washington State, no one ever says they have an accent. They all think they speak pretty normal, which is kind of
everywhere is the same.
Kind of middle of the road, sort of like Delaware itself.
But they also kind of have like a country hit kind of thing to them.
You know, now he said country, I can definitely understand it. But again, this is like getting back to the starting accents. Not too much of a twang on it. But if you point out fine details, yeah, you can hear it a little bit.
So they'll say like, Washington? Like, I'm gonna wash my hands? And you're like, wash? What kind of a word is that?
Washington, it's Washington, isn't it?
So we say like Connecticut instead of Connecticut.
I feel like Michigan's typical accent is very nasally. Hi, like that type of vibe.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm from like Northside Kauai, I'm going to sound something like this.
People say that us Marylanders have accents, but I don't think we have an accent.
Definitely got an accent. Again, nothing wrong with that. But it's again what I was saying. If you haven't gone out of the state, if you haven't travelled, how are you meant to know you got an accent? You speaking to someone, they sound normal, you sound normal, because wherever you've grown up is your normal. There's no actual normal, like what is normal, if that makes sense. But until you hear something different, it's like, I ain't got an accent. Everyone I know sounds the same. I sound the same. We speak normal. And then when you go out here and then you've got an accent, it's one of them, if that makes sense.
Idaho doesn't have a really distinct accent.
There's no accent
in
Indiana.
This might be very biased, but I really don't think we have an accent.
I don't hear it, but I get reminded of it when I travel.
Yeah,
I mean, I think this is normal.
It's a perfect neutral Pacific Northwest.
Some people are just
Palin
against
does not
it.
have a typical Alaska accent. She's not really from there. She grew up in, I don't know, Kansas or something.
My husband laughs at me because I say wolf instead of wolf.
Our accents are all over the place.
That's like in England, I say bath instead of bath. People from the south say bath, I say bath. Little phrases like that, little things make an accent, you know? Just some little differences make people who haven't heard people say bath instead of bath or wolf instead of wolf. They know and they pick up on it straight away and they go, yeah, you've got an accent, even though it's little tiny details.
The first one that comes to my head is a Latino one. Me voy a coger un cortadito. There's the St. Louis accent where we say certain things like quarters and water.
Where I'm from, they like to say Haina or Mayan. That shirt over there is Mayan. From Philly, they like to say wooder.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to translate that.
Or Mayan.
Mayan.
That shirt over there is Mayan.
Oh, is that meant to be mine? That's a mad accent if that's meant to be mine. Again, I'm not taking the mick at all because I will say stuff which you guys don't understand. It's just a worldwide thing. That's mad. It's great to learn these accents.
From Philly, they like to say wooder and
Water.
use guys.
Water
But
instead
in
of water, yeah.
Pittsburgh, instead of use guys, they say yins. What are yins doing?
North Carolina.
Yins? Each to their own. I guess I've never heard of yins before. Wow.
Carolina it's an interesting accent. It's just got a little bit of a drawl.
It's a little lazier.
Just very slow pace, very good, very nice.
Hey, that's a very good Alabama accent. Like I can actually, if I was to guess, I probably would have guessed Alabama or someone like that with that accent. I know he's from there. He's probably not doing it on purpose. He's just speaking. But very good, very good.
Boston,
a typical
South
one.
Carolina, which is more like this. It's more smooth. Might have a daughter named Darcy.
And then you got the real squealy southern accent. And then you just got the very just, hey, how you doing? God bless.
Yeah, guys, pretty good at accents. I imagine he's probably from that area. That is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Maybe we should do a UK one where I sit down and listen to all the UK accents. I know a lot more of them, and I probably won't be able to understand a few of them as well because I haven't been everywhere in the UK, and I still can't understand every accent. People over here still can't understand me at times, and I imagine you guys struggle hearing me at times as well because I speak quite quick. And I do have a bit of a northern accent. I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know in the comments if you want me to react to anything else. Let me know if you found this video funny, entertaining, or if you found it informative, because I found it very informative. Also very funny trying to figure out the words were said as well. And let me know which words you struggle on for me, because I know for a fact a few you guys have said they sometimes struggle on the accent. So let me know which bits you struggle on, and we can all have a little laugh together. Hit that like button, guys. Let's try and hit 50 likes on this video, and have a fantastic day, guys. Peace.